We got some new merch made, but it's only exclusive for our Patreoners.
So if you go on our Patreon, we got some new tiers. We got the coffee mug tier.
And the hoodie tier.
And if you're a defibrillator, you get both! Baby. So make sure you go to Patreon, check that out, and thank you guys so much for supporting, and enjoy the video.
Do you guys believe that students should have homework? Like that's like part of education? They should just go home with homework?
I think
Fuck no,
teaches
because
you discipline, kinda.
I hated homework as a child, and I'm gonna hate homework as an adult, because I don't want to fucking help my kids out with that shit.
It does fall back on you, unless you put them in an after-school program, which we did, and it saved us.
Well, that is a good option. I might do that.
Yeah.
I don't know, part of me kind of likes it though, because in the real world, you're gonna have like deadlines and projects and things that are due. So like Steve was saying, it does teach you discipline and like, you know, time management and all that shit. And it is fucking boring.
Thank God for homework, because if not for homework, I wouldn't be good at deadlines. If I got a deadline, I will hit it every fucking time because of the stress of homework.
How about you, Cass?
You know, I appreciate all that, you know, but I think I'm with Joe when I say that I don't need to be reminded how stupid I am by looking at my kids' homework or trying to help them.
Because it gets harder and harder, man.
Yeah.
Or I guess you as a student, though.
Well,
Do you think it's helpful?
As a student, fuck homework, dude. That was horrible.
Exactly.
Like, do you think it helped you be a better student? I mean, you said that.
I think I just want revenge on the next generation. I think because I had to do that shit, I just want them to have to do it too.
I think it depends on the subject. Like if you're like, I don't know, you're fucking learning plus and minus, like I think everything you need to learn, you can learn in class. And certain things, like it takes more practice. Like you told me you were boxing, right? And I was boxing for like a year or two. In the beginning, you're learning so fucking fast because you suck so bad.
So bad.
But then after about a year, like my coach is like, you need to start shadow boxing on your own time. Because now the how much it takes to get better is that much more. By the time you get to Mayweather, you need to train 8 hours a day just to get 1% better. So I think like maybe from first grade all the way till 7th grade, you probably don't need any homework. Maybe 8th, 9th, you get a little bit. Maybe your senior year, you get a little bit more. But I don't really think you need that much homework based off what you're learning.
I take it back completely. I have another theory, okay? I think that we should set up children to have the right mindset toward working and then present them the homework and everything. Because we're just kind of given it and told to just do it, right?
Kind of like what Bart's saying, the older you are, the more homework you get.
Well, at the heart of the concept is...
Our approach to work, I think the masses, like most of us that went through the school system, the why isn't really strong, right? So we just kind of go in and we're just supposed to do this shit. But then that work ethic gets continued on past college and into the workplace, and you just approach everything in this way where you half-ass it, you do it last minute.
You're just turning shit in.
You turn into a human being that doesn't take pride into their work, or they're not like, you don't really do your shit, right? You just kind of like fuck around. And then you approach it with resistance because you get very used to doing things because you have to and you fucking hate it and you're just like torturing yourself, and then you get it over with. Versus if you understand the purpose behind something, then you want to learn and you love doing it and you want to just murder it. Some kids figure it out, or they have the parents that teach them right, so then they can build this, I guess, in the way where it's a more better relationship with education. Whereas for me, I didn't go that route, so I found my love for education in college, and then after that on my own, like reading the things that I want to. And when you obsess over things like that, I think it's way better.
Yeah, I think you're right, because when Isaac was a lot younger and he just hated homework, he hated corrections, he hated being wrong on something that he did. But then over time, and then him going to the tutoring place afterwards, like he was able to figure out that homework was a good thing, or like his work was a good thing, and it benefited him a lot, to the point where now that we're doing distance learning, this fool has straight A+.
Wow.
Like,
good for him.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
And he's always like on top of his homework too. Like he's so like, he's really, really good with his work ethic.
Because if I liked something, I made homework for myself. Because it's not work. It's just like, I like this subject, so I'm gonna go ahead and read more shit about it.
Yeah, but then I think the reason why he ended up being better with his work ethic is because Casey and I would constantly drill in him. Like I would tell him all the time, I'm like, dude, don't make the same mistakes I did. I was always half-assing my work.
Like, don't be like mom. Don't be like
Yeah,
mom.
it's just like don't like learn from my mistakes and be better. And I think it worked. Like telling him the why really worked.
It's just so hard for me to be interested in things that I needed to be interested in, you know? If I had a test on, like, Roswell and the crash in 1947 in July, like, I'd ace that fucking test. But
I'm like, and can I write an essay about it?
Don't get Steve horny.
I will do a oral presentation and turn in a PowerPoint to go along with it. But, you know, I do agree that homework is important. I mean, if I didn't have homework as a young teenager, I think I would have masturbated myself to death.
I did.
With all that
homework
spare
to
time.
Homework. I did exactly that.
You masturbated yourself to near death, but you were saved.
Homework saved your life.
It saved my
Saved
life.
your dick
Your
too.
life.
Yeah.
All right, well, there's this teacher here, Miss White, and she went kind of viral on TikTok for one of her TikToks, and I will play it for you.
Oh, I love TikTok.
So there's two that I'm going to show you. This is the first one.
TikTok, you don't stop.
So it says, in quotations, you must be that teacher that doesn't assign homework. And then,
You guessed it. You was right.
That's tight.
I love the teachers that didn't assign homework.
right, so
Hell
she's
yeah.
one of those teachers, and then she just got, like I said, she kind of went viral, so she just got a shit ton of comments, and this was her response after the comments. Here we go.
Alright, I'm getting a lot of comments like this and a lot of people coming at me.
Oh, the comment says, isn't homework practice to make sure they're actually learning? Okay.
For teachers for saying that I'm not doing my job because I'm not assigning homework. But there's no proof that homework is going to make them better students in my class. I respect their time outside of class. They work hard for me all day. They don't need to go home and do more homework. Because if they do it at home, it does not show me mastery. It's extra practice, sure, but not practice if they're doing it wrong. It's not good practice if they're cheating. It's not good practice if they're having someone else do it. Most of my students are high schoolers. They have jobs. They have FFA. They have sports. They're in practice. They're in band. They have other responsibilities outside of school. Some of them are going home and taking care of their younger siblings because their parents are at work. Some of them just need to go home and sleep. Some of them have to go home and worry about how they're going to eat because there's no food at their house. So if I also give them hours of homework, when do they have time to be kids? When do they have time to relax? Because when you get off of work, you want to go home and relax. So I'm a good teacher and I'm doing my job.
That's dope.
She's like, by the way, I teach space trigonometry.
Also, who's this
Teaches
message for?
English.
No parent I know is on TikTok. She's just talking to kids at this point.
Well,
I guess a lot of other teachers were
I-
talking shit to her.
no, she says that it sounded like a lot of these comments were coming from people who aren't educators.
Of course. Non-experts.
Well, maybe it's parents that are like, man, my kids are fucking annoying. Keep them occupied, please.
I like it. I like her point, and I like because I have friends who have kids, and they seem to be stressed out having to help their kids with the homework.
Yes.
More than the kids do sometimes.
Yes.
And
I
like
was
when your
there.
kid springs on you Sunday night, like, oh yeah, I have like a science project due on Monday.
Yeah.
Tell me
Ah.
Mom, do you have one of those trifold poster boards just laying around?
That was me, bro.
Yeah, then you're
Damn.
making a trip to, Long's Drugs at,
Longs?
11 p.m.
Oh my god. That's
Is
so
that still
old.
around?
No.
Thrifties,
I don't think that's
in
Lucky's.
We had to do a science project when I was in like 4th grade. And I'll never forget telling my dad, I was like, yeah, we have to build a robot. So I think I'm just going to put a trash can on top of a RC car. And then I'll be able to drive my robot around, right? And he's like, oh, no, son, I can help you with this. So he took me like Radio Shack. And I just basically sat there bored while my dad like happily built a robot. And like he built it like partly out of Legos and used rubber bands to make treads on tire, like on gears move and shit. And so I presented it the next day and it was like a little robot that would beep and go across the floor and it spun like a mop. Like on both sides, on both hands.
Shit.
My dad's very smart. And then the teacher's like, you built that? And I was like, yeah. Like I did not build this fucking thing.
You're still trying to learn how to use it.
Yeah, I was like falling asleep at the table while my dad's building it and like nodding off.
Built the first Roomba.
He did actually.
Yeah, Case and I are kind of guilty a bit too from like taking over because we got excited.
He got excited.
It's fun, huh?
Yeah, because Isaac had to create this like the Hollywood sign on like the mountain and shit out of paper.
That
mache.
already sounds cool as fuck.
Yeah, it came out so dope. And but Isaac, like he got to paint a lot of the stuff. He did help with the paper mache shit, but like honestly,
Kids suck at shit.
but honestly, Case and I
course you
did
would do
most
it.
of it.
Well, and their motor skills are still kind of shaky and like they're not as
Yeah, this was
developed.
4th grade too.
So when you got all his A+, you're like, yeah, I think one of those belongs to me.
No, that's why I'm so proud of him right now. He doesn't have any help, like, at all. Like, he doesn't ask us for any homework help. He doesn't have that after-school program he used to go to. It's 100% on him, and he's been killing it.
Sounds like he's sleeping with the teacher.
Yeah, via Zoom.
Yeah, via Zoom.
Yeah.
It's a little more complicated, but possible.
It is possible.
Oh, Jesus.
But then I kind of worry because I'm like, fuck, I kind of don't want him to go back to the classroom then, because then he's a really social kid, and I think that's why he didn't get as good grades before, because he gets distracted, and he's the one that's talking to friends and.
Always had that on my report card.
Too talkative?
Talks too much in class.
Yeah, same here.
Same. Look where we are. I mean,
Still talking. Still fucking talking,
Fuck
dude.
you!
double bird.
Too talkative.
That's tight.
I wish I had recordings of myself, like from elementary school and
I
stuff.
know, that's so true.
Because you're just going based off of memory, but I'm like, man.
I
don't
can't
know.
watch recordings of myself now, so I'm good.
I'd like to think that you would be a business version of the person I'm looking at right now. Just like clean haircut, suit and tie.
Come over.
Something happened along the lines.
Something
and we
happened.
ended up here.
Yep.
I don't know. I think maybe you're right.
I always like the quickest way to learning things, and I don't know if homework at home is the way to do it. Like some of my best teachers, I feel like I learned so much in such a short amount of time that we didn't even feel like we needed homework. So I feel like
Yeah, you're right. Because some of the teachers that didn't give out homework, their lectures were so fucking good
And engaging.
that you wanted to keep going back and just listening to them.
Yeah.
Where did you guys go to school, bro?
No, it's like one or two teachers. There's a couple of gems here and there.
Yeah, every 4 years or some shit. Yeah.
The best teachers were the ones that listened.
The best teachers were the ones that didn't do shit. And it was a rainy day every day and you watched Terminator.
Oh, you just like through the TV get rolled in?
That was the shit, dude. I didn't learn shit, but that was tight.
That was the best.